Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. With the name of Allah, who is very kind and merciful. Welcome to the Azure DevOps Lecture 3. Today we shall discuss Azure Repos, pushing source code on the Azure Repos. All lectures are prepared by well-certified person. In order to search this channel on the YouTube, please use these words, Stud DevOps King. You will find the channel. Please click the subscribe button so that you can get the notification about the latest upload on the channel. In my last lecture, lecture 2, we have configured the team project, Azure team project for the development team. Now in the lecture 3, we shall push the code in the Azure repos. First of all, before we push the code to the Azure repo, we should know some specific term to the Azure repos. Like, what is the source code? Source code are the files developed by programmer using any computer programming language like Java or C#. Azure repos also used for source code management. In the source code management, we use two tools in the Azure DevOps. First is Git and second is TFS. In the step 1, first of all, after creating the project, we shall click the repo link on the left side. After selecting the repo from the left side, click the copy button as you can see in the screenshot. We shall use this clone to your computer. We shall use this URL in this lecture for cloning the repos. After that, now first of all, we shall create a source code to push it into the Azure repos. In order to create the code, please open the View Studio. When we open the View Studio, we shall get the link create a new project. In View Studio 2022, we shall click on the create a new project. After that, in the step 3, we shall select the template. The template is ASP.NET Core Web App, and we shall click on the next button. When we click on the next button, we shall get the interface like on the screen. We shall write the name of the project. We shall write the name of the project we are creating in the View Studio, the location for save, and after that we shall click on the next button. When we click on the next button, again we shall get a interface, this one, in step 5. In this section, we shall select the framework. Next, we are selecting the protocol, and after that, we shall click on the create button. When we shall click on the create button, we shall get the project in the View Studio, like you can see on the screen. The team project, the project in the View Studio. In the next step, step 6, we shall click on the Git changes. We shall click on the Git changes. Like in the next screen, when we shall click on the Git changes, we get this interface. Clone repository. When we shall click on the clone repository, it will make the folder in the user folder on your laptop. When we click on the clone repository, we shall get the next interface like this one. At this position, we shall copy the clone URL that we have copied in the first step of this lecture. When we copy the clone URL, and this is the path of the project. When we click on the clone button, it will create the DevOps King 28 in the at this location. At this location, we shall get the folder DevOps King 28. Now we shall copy our code of Visual Studio into this folder in the next step. Before we copy the code of Visual Studio into this folder, we should install Git on our laptop. In order to install Git from this URL, download the Git for Windows. After installing the Git on the laptop, we shall make sure that our Git is installed properly. For this, we shall apply the command. First of all, we shall open the command prompt as administrator and we shall apply the command git. If you see all these commands after applying the command of git, it means that our Git is installed properly. Now, after installing the Git, open the command prompt as administrator, go to the source code DevOps King 28 in the last step. When you are at this root of our project that we have cloned in the previous step, we shall apply the command git add static. This command will add the all source code in the Git. Now in the next step, we shall commit the code in our Azure repo. For this, we shall apply the command git commit -m means the message during the commit of the code, adding the files in the Azure repo. When we click on after applying the command, we shall get this message. In the last one, in the step 10, we shall apply the last command git push. It will push the code from our local to the Azure repos on the server. So when we apply git push, it will push the code from our local to the Azure DevOps server. After applying this command, we shall get the source code in our repo section of our Azure DevOps. In the next lecture, we shall discuss about the branching mechanism in the Azure repo. Why we use branches, what is the best practice for the branches, we shall discuss all these topics in the lecture 4. Thank you for watching the solution prepared by Azure certified engineer. Wish you good luck for your profession.